So there have been 23 runnings of the Petit Le Mans at Road Atlanta. This was almost certainly the best one. This is one we're going to be talking about for years and years to come. Absolutely unbelievable finish. The barn burner that I promised we actually got. I couldn't believe it. I'm speechless. Okay, calming down a little bit. So, the battle between the number 31 Action Express Whelen Engineering Cadillac and the number 7 Penske, the last two cars that have won races at Road Atlanta. And it was everything you could have possibly wanted in a battle between two endurance prototypes. The fact that a 10-hour race came down to two completely evenly matched and yet different cars. One turbocharged, one V6, one normally aspirated, one a V8. So we had this amazing duel, which started when it was Alexander Rossi against Felipe Nasr. And then they changed drivers within the last, whatever it was, an hour and a half. Final stint, you put Pipo Derani in there for the Whelen Engineering car, and you put in Ricky Taylor for the Penske. And those two picked up right off where Nasr and Rossi did, swapping the lead back and forth, not only on track, but also in the pit lane. The great Penske pit work was just unbelievable. Got Taylor out ahead of Derani, and then Derani passed him back. It was on Taylor to chase down Derani. And this is where the moment that everybody is going to be talking about for the next week and probably the next year, is certainly into Sebring, the season finale, which will be coming here on the channel. So you have a situation where Pipo Derani is leading. Ricky Taylor sells him a dummy way late into turn 6. Contact is made. Both cars go spinning. Derani into the wall. Taylor somehow was able to keep his car going, but it was Renger Van de Zande in the Wayne Taylor Racing number 10 Konica Minolta Cadillac that somehow came through the destruction and the wreckage to claim a completely shock victory. Okay, so I know the immediate thing everybody's going to want to know is who was at fault. Was it Derani's fault or was it Taylor's fault? And I have to tell you, IMSA decided to not penalize. They decided that it was a racing deal and that it was a 50-50 deal. I disagree with that. Certainly, I think that Derani would have done the same thing in Taylor's position, no doubt about it. Derani's an incredibly aggressive driver. But at the same time, I think Ricky Taylor was in the wrong. I think he had the faster car. I think his car was coming on very strongly at the end of that race. And I think he would have won if he'd been more patient. He wasn't very patient, and both cars ended up wrecked. What is the future going to look like for IMSA, and what kind of a precedent is this going to send to the drivers? There was some disagreement. There was a little bit of physicality, mainly between Jordan Taylor, Ricky's brother, and Pipo Derani. Thankfully, the two of them were able to settle their differences fairly amicably, though Pipo claims that he has lost respect for Ricky Taylor. This is going to be a story that we'll be tracking the rest of the year. So let's talk about the other class winners, because every single class winner in this race had an incredible story. The number 10 Wayne Taylor Racing Konica Minolta Cadillac pulled off one of the most unlikely victories with Van der Zande, Briscoe, and Scott Dixon, as if he needs any more wins this season. Just unbelievable. I don't even think they led any laps or any significant portion of the race until the last 10 minutes. LMP2, Starworks won this race. The number 52, which had dominated the race, broke with, less than 2 hours to go. endurance racing, man. It's unbelievable. Somehow, the 911 Porsche won in GTLM. That's the first victory for the new GTLM Porsche on North American soil. And then the Yeet, the Ferrari, the number 63 WeatherTech Racing, Cooper McNeil and co. winning in GTD. And this was an unbelievable race. There's no doubt about it. We're going to be talking about this for a while. I'm going to leave you on a fun note because I'm sure you've been posting so many comments on what you think about this incident. I had a question in the last video. What is a yeet? Well, we'll end on a yeet, and we'll see you in the next video, courtesy of Ricky Taylor. Yeah!